Hi you guys, so in this video I'm going to talk about the 144,000, and I was going to make this video a couple months ago, but I don't know why. I just didn't have the energy to make it, but now I understand why God wanted me to make it now. It's certain reasons. I know why he wanted me to make it now, because some of the things that have happened in the past weeks. But yeah, so first I want to start off with the video saying that Jay-Z had came out with his 444 album. Now, I didn't listen to the album because I'm not a big Jay-Z fan. I don't really care for him like that. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I've never listened to his music. Like, I think everyone has listened to Jay-Z music before. But right now, God is about to come, and I don't really care for celebrities right now, because it's just that's not what's the most important thing on my mind. But yeah, so his album is called 444, and I thought to myself, why would you make an album called 444? Like, what is the significance of 444? Um, because all of his other albums are just, no celebrity really has a number album, like where they have numbers. Like, that was just weird to me. Like, I would have never thought he would have came out with an album that was called 444. So I kind of just Googled 444. I didn't really research about his album a lot. I know that he has a song that I think is about OJ, and then OJ gets released from, I think, prison. So they always, they all everything, they control everything. So nothing. It wasn't ironic that OJ wasn't going to be released. Like, something that things like that always happen. But so I typed in his 444 album, and at the top it says 630 2017. Well, it says 63017. So when I kind of broke it down, and 17 is that, it's 2017. Then it says 6-3. So that's three sixes. So that's 666 2017. And then God, he reminded me of this video that had, I think it was aired a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Yes, I think it's three years ago. And they were talking about how the chip is going to be released in 2017. But they said by the year of 2017 it will be released. And then in the news we hear about the chip, the microchip being released in, I think a job somewhere. I forgot where it was, but it was a job. Some people are doing it voluntarily, and some people don't want anything to do with it at all. Um, but we all know during the end times, you're going to have to get the chip to buy or sell. That's prophecy. That's in the Bible. And I was just like, wow, like, wow, like, we're getting so close to the time, like very, very close to the time. And then God kind of reminded me about the Black Panther movie, and that movie comes out in February of next year. So it comes out February of next year, and that kind of drew me to the 144,000, just because they're like in the army outfits, and in the 400 years of bondage for Black people, for slavery, is going to be coming up, and I think it's in 2019 that's the 400 years is over. So that's why God has been allowing so many things happen to um, people of color. Black Lives Matter, slavery, just so many things that has happened to Black people over the years. And, they know this. The people who run the world, they know that the 400 years are almost over. And isn't it ironic how a couple of days ago, well, 2 or 3 days ago, well, I don't know when I'm going to post this video up, but in the news, the Nazis and the Klans were joining together and protesting. So then you have to think the 400 years of bondage is about to be over. And then the Nazis come up. They're protesting the Nazis. And if you don't know the Nazis, and I would advise you to research about the Nazis, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows about the Nazis. But basically, the Jews, the Holocaust, but we all know that the real Jews are Black people. They're the true Jews of the Bible, the 12 tribes of Israel. So the Nazis appear. So God just put that in my spirit about the about bondage. It's about to be over, and the Nazis coming. So they know, the people who rule the world, and we all know who they are. They know that the time is clicking. They already know this, and no one knows when the bondage is over, 400 years is over, what God is going to do with his people. We have no clue what God is going to do, and we don't know anything that God is going to do, but they know. They don't know what God his plans are, but they know that it's almost over. So yeah, that's a connection right there. um that's a big connection right there. Also, there's a cartoon. Well, it's not really a cartoon, but it's kind of like an animated. I'll say it's like an animated Bible story. About, I guess, yeah, I would say the end times, and it's on YouTube. And I think that this was a couple years ago. This guy, he made it, but he stopped making a series. And even if I think you leave a comment, I don't even think he replies back. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if he's still on his YouTube, or I don't know. But I'm going to leave the links below for the cartoon, and I'm not going to tell you about the cartoon. I really, really want you to watch the cartoon. Like, it's not really a cartoon. It's like an animated visual of the end times, but it's crazy because I don't want to give you full details, but I'll advise you to go watch it and ask God who these characters are in this um, cartoon, because I'll say there's the what is his name? I think his name is Muhammad or something, and he's looks just like Obama. He's in the cartoon, and he's at the end times, like he's in the end times. So that, and he was the Antichrist, I think. Was he? I think I'm going to go back and watch it, but I think he was the Antichrist in that cartoon. But yeah, so bondage is almost over. 400 years is almost over. And that's a blessing, because um, that's really a blessing. And this is definitely the reason why I think that a lot of people wonder why, like, churches, like Black churches, why they're getting the Klans and things, that this the shootings in the church and stuff. And a lot of it has to do with churches being not keeping the Sabbath, and worshiping on Sunday. That's a lot of the reason why things are happening in these Black churches, because we're not keeping the commandments of God. We're not. It's the same thing that happened when they were in the wilderness. It's the same thing. Like, we're not. Black people are not keeping the commandments of the Most High. They're not at all. This is why these Sunday churches. There's Sunday churches of other. I'll say it. Sunday churches. People. I'll say all white churches who worship on Sunday. Nothing never happens to those churches. You never hear shootings happening to those churches, but it's always shootings of Black churches. Why? Why is that? Because Black people are supposed to be keeping the commandments of God, which is the Sabbath, and a lot, the Sabbath is very, very, very important. Because it's, first of all, it's in the commandment. You have to keep the commandments in order to go to heaven. So this is why God is allowing all these things to happen. But He's definitely going to bring us back to to the beginning, to the start, where are we supposed to be at. He's definitely going to bring us back. And I just want to say that I'm not the 12 tribes of Israel, the people of the Bible. It is about black people, and if you are white, I'm not saying that you can't, like a lot of is like the Hebrew people, a lot of them, some of them don't know what they're talking about. Like a lot of them are just kind of, some of them are racist. Like I would say some of them, what they talk about is not even biblical. But yeah, but you can be part of the 12 tribes of Israel. Like if you can even be white. It depends on your ancestors. Like if your great, 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 great was black, then you're in that bloodline. So you're a part of the 12 tribes of Israel. But if you're not, then you're not. But, if you still worship the true God, the Most High, Yeshua, and you're a different race, you can still go to heaven. Like He's not going to, I don't, you're just going to still be allowed to go to heaven. But if you're keeping that Sunday law and that sun worship, then do not expect to be in the kingdom, because and you'll hear a lot of people saying, well, a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's um, tradition. We've been doing that forever. What's wrong with Sunday? We can worship any day. Yes, you can worship any day, but the Sabbath was a holy day. He sanctified that day. It was a holy, holy, holy day. The Sabbath is. And it was made for a man. It was made for us to keep. So, and that was instituted by God for us to keep. So I don't know why people don't keep it, but we're going to definitely be woken up. And the people, the government, they're working to kind of destroy what God has planned for His people. And it's not going to work. It doesn't matter what they do, how they do it. It's not going to work, because God is God. Who is like God? No one's like God. So God is going to bring back His people, and it's going to be a lot of people it's going to be some people who are from the 12 tribes of Israel who just are not going to get it, who are not going to want um, be a part of what God has, and that's on them. Like that's a ticket right to hell. But I would advise you to definitely keep the Sabbath. It's gonna, like, things are starting to get heated. We're hearing rumor in the Bible. It says we're gonna be hearing rumors of wars, and Donald Trump, which is another thing. Donald Trump is in office, but I don't believe, like, in my spirit, and I feel like God is just, He's just enlightening me right now. I don't feel like Trump is in office. I feel like Obama is still in office. But they put Trump out, like, on TV as the puppet to act like he's the president, but Obama's still president. Like, I still feel like Obama's running things, like everything. If you see London Has Fallen, the movie London Has Fallen, I think Morgan Freeman is in there, and he's black, and they do everything symbolic. So Morgan Freeman represented Obama. So I definitely feel like Obama is still running things, but everything that Trump is doing, that's the same thing Obama is doing. They just having Trump, you know, they're just having Trump say it, but Obama's really doing it in office. Um, and that's the reason why you hear about a lot of stories how Trump, his wife, is never in the White House, and so many things. Like, that's because Obama is still in charge of everything. He's the Antichrist. And I'll say this, if Obama's not the Antichrist, then he's definitely on a high level. If he's not the beast, he's definitely up there with it, definitely. But I definitely believe that he is the Antichrist, and he's going to lead just the end time prophecy being fulfilled. I definitely believe so, because God said that he's going to give his people visions and dreams, and so many people have been having dreams about Obama being the Antichrist, and God does not lie, okay? God does not lie about anything. So I definitely believe he's the Antichrist. And all these pastors, TV pastors, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Joyce Meyer, if you're watching them, do not watch them, because they're controlled. The same way Beyonce, Jay-Z, all these other rappers are controlled by the Illuminati. This There's no different with the pastors. Like, you can still, the devil knows that God is real. He knows the Most High is real. The demons know. They all know. So they can still preach. They can still preach. But T.D. Jakes, all of them are still ran. They still run by the Illuminati. It's nothing different. It doesn't matter which. It's not just music or acting. It can be in the church too. It doesn't matter. So that's all I want to say. And I also want to say that they know who you are. If you know that you're a part of 144,000, they know who you are. Trust, just know, okay? They know who you are, and you are a threat, because you are chosen. Like, and this is, God revealed this to me. And I didn't understand, like, a long time ago. I knew about the 144,000, but I didn't really understand it until now. They know who you are. You are a threat, because you're going to be protected during these times. You're going to be sealed. You're going to be protected. And you're going to be preaching the gospel and leading souls to Christ. So you are going to be protected in these times, and you are a threat, because you're blocking what they want to do. But, God says you can't touch my anointed. They cannot touch God's anointed and God's chosen. You can't, because God is God, But just know that you are a threat, and they know who you are. They definitely know who you are. But that's a good thing, because, that's just confirmation that you are a part of God's army. And that's going to bring so many lives and souls to Christ during these end times, because there's not going to be a lot of people in heaven. Like, it's not going to be a lot at all. It's a lot of people that's going to be going to hell. And a lot of people are going to be going to hell for, like, little reasons. And it's really big. It's big in God's eyes, but you'll think it's like little reasons. But it's very, very important to do Bible study, and I'm learning that now, just to get, in it more, just doing more Bible studying, more fasting, getting closer. You want to be like a magnet with God. Like, you want to be close, super duper close. You don't want to be far away from God during these end times, because it's about to get really, really, really bad, and it's going to get worse and worse. But yeah, so I hope you like this video, and there's going to be other videos coming soon. So yeah, thank you, and God bless.